All right, Central Georgia, meteorologist Alex Pry here. We just had a severe thunderstorm warning issued in Chris County down here, just below Cordele, right off of Lake Blackshear. As you can see behind me, I'll put it up on max 1 right here. Zoom out just a little bit. So as you can see, lots of lightning associated with this so far. This warning is for today until 3:45, so about 40 minutes. Let's take a look and see if we have any hail associated with this, and yes, we do. Hail signature popping up here just to the east of Warwick, between Marshall, Acorn Pond, and just to the west of Pateville. So get this out right here. Some areas are seeing hail upwards to about 2 inches in diameter. Just pretty good sized hail right there already. That 2-inch diameter hail is about the equivalent of an egg, like a hen egg, if you will. So this is something to take extreme caution with, as it is a ice ball falling from the sky at high speeds. So luckily this seems to be in the middle of some towns right now, but it will move in over to the west, or east rather, with the westerly flow. Try to areas that aren't near the center of this like lime green area, they're seeing hail as well, just not as thick in diameter. So smaller hail, about quarter size hail maybe, on the lighter parts of the scale. So I can go back to the radar palette. Just clipping right on our southwest, as I mentioned, right to the east of Warwick, a little bit southeast of Marshall is where the bulk of this is, and all the lightning and the heaviest rain is associated. So currently it looks like it is moving in a generally straight west to east flow right over here. I'm gonna see if I can do this, and all right, so the next towns it's going to look to go towards, like I said, the bulk of it over here east of Warwick currently, and moving towards Arabi, and then into South Wilcox County over here to the west. So this warning is once again issued for the next about 40 minutes here in southern Chris County, getting ready to cross I-75, it looks like right here. For now, I'll turn it to the comments, and let me pull those up real quick and answer any questions that you may have about this. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so some questions I got right now are for Scythe and Macon. There is some rain up there at last I checked. I haven't, yeah. So we have big swath of storms moving through today. If you tuned into midday, we are under a pretty large hail risk today, a level 2 out of 3 for most of central Georgia and most of our counties rather. So damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain, those are the effects you're going to see today with the presence of these storms moving through our area. But currently there is no warning issued behind me for Macon, for Scythe, those areas up here. You are seeing a little bit of lightning, you are seeing some probably heavy rain and some strong wind gusts, but where our focus is right now is down here in Cordele, where this strong cell just kind of popped up right here. So other areas, Warner Robins, Dexter, Fort Valley. Also, Warner Robins is probably going to see some rain in the next few hours. Dexter over here in Lawrence County, we're looking fairly clear right now. Wilcox and Rochelle, yes. So I know you guys got some yesterday with that one warning that popped up. So Rochelle, if you can see behind me, is in the track or the general vicinity of where this severe thunderstorm is headed right now in that west to east direction. So as long as this stays together, and it looks like it very well is right now, it's staying fairly organized. Rochelle, you could probably see some effects of this hailstorm kind of coming through, and we'll take one more look. I'll give you an idea about what the size of that hail is right here. right in the center at its strongest point, it is 1.9 in diameter. So like I said, 2-inch hail is about the size of an egg hen, or a hen egg, excuse me, but about egg-sized ice balls falling from the sky. So if you are in the general vicinity right here, Pateville specifically, over to the east where this storm is heading into, you want to take some shelter immediately. You don't want to be outside. You do not want to get knocked upside the head with one of these hailstones. That would hurt very much. And also take warning if you park any of your cars outside, put them under a carport, some kind of covering. Even like Alex Forbes was mentioning, you have some pool noodles maybe just to put over, just to kind of protect your property outside that is fragile or you don't want damaged. Take caution to do that as well. So right now it looks like the bulk of it, the newest radar reading has it moving right over Pateville with the largest hail in diameter. Taking a look at some of your comments, trying to get as much as I can right here. So areas like Dublin, Warner Robins, you guys aren't seeing the effects of any of this right now. The Dodge Rhine area, that is fairly close to where this storm is. I'll go back to the severe weather. So right here, as you can see, the thunderstorm warning is issued for Crisp currently, but is looking to move into southern Wilcox as well, and maybe even clip the southern portions of Dodge County and Telfair over into maybe Wheeler as well. So a very similar direction as to some of those storms that we had yesterday in these counties. So if you are kind of in this southern region of our DMA 413 WMAZ, know that this is a fairly strong cell right now producing very considerable size hail. So it is not wise to be trying to drive through this or be outside. And if you have any property in areas where this storm currently isn't, it might be wise to protect that with some putting it under some sort of cover or shelter. See, North Macon, see. Yes, Crisp County and possibly the southern portions of Dodge County could be affected by this as it moves from west to east. Currently, it is in Crisp County. It is moving close to Arabi. It moved right over Marshall and southern Lake Blackshear, just south of Cordele. So it is looking to move over I-75 in the coming minutes. The strongest portion of it, again, right over here in Pateville, where about the almost 2-inch in diameter hail is currently. Lots of lightning also associated with this. As you can see, all the lightning flashes on our radar. Let's see. See, Ryan. What about Dublin? So, all right. So yes, areas down in our southwest is what you are experiencing this warning currently. There's some strong stuff up to our middle-ish north of 13 WMAZ viewing area over here in Taylor, Crawford, and Upson counties. Just some downpours moving through the area currently, and some lightning associated with these, probably some strong wind gusts as well, but nothing indicative of any hail in these storms over here. I'm not seeing on the hail palette. We're going to take a look back at the hail size down here in South Crisp County. Looks like the hail is still coming down pretty well for areas like Pateville, just south of it. I can give you even a little more of a localized idea of where these hailstones are coming down. See, State Route 33 is about where the bulk of this thunderstorm will be passing through in the coming minutes. Hail sizes are at the very highest 1.3 in diameter, so it's a little larger than a quarter size hailstone, so that is very significant. Like I said, if you are in the vicinity of any of these areas over here, specifically Arabi, South Crisp County area, you want to not be driving through this. You don't want to be outside for any of this. This hail is damaging, so take caution if you are in any of these areas over here. Even areas to our west, this is a fairly large hail stamp right here that we are looking at. Even areas like Acorn Pond down here across the county line, it is looking like there's a considerable size hail throughout this thunderstorm right here, and lots of lightning, wind gusts, and some heavy rain is present with this. So I'm going to be here keeping you updated on the track of this, some of the effects you can see with it until this warning expires, or until the next warning National Weather Service pops up with. So currently it is centered right to the southeast of Lake Blackshear, right along southern Crisp County, moving in a general straightforward west to east direction right here, kind of Arabi, as you can see right there, the next radar scan we just got. Some of that hail, those hail signatures moving into Arabi down there, right on the I-75 line. So if you are in this area currently, please just use extreme caution. Don't be outside. Try to take shelter as best you can as this hail is falling down today. And as mentioned, we do have a large hail risk today. A hatch warning is what the Storm Prediction Center is calling it. That means areas of central Georgia can see hail even above 2 inches in diameter. I actually was taking a look at this storm earlier, and it had some hail that was about 2 inches in diameter. So luckily it is not that large anymore, but it is still large enough to probably put a dent in your car maybe, or even not feel too good falling all the way from the top of the sky if it hits you. So we'll get some numbers again. 1 inch is about what it's looking like. Again, 1 inch is about quarter-sized hail according to our scale that we have, and it's pretty evenly spread out as well. So I'm going to take a look at some more comments. Let's see. What about Arabi? Excuse me. I apologize for that. Let's see. Thank you. Let's see. Teresa wants to know about Milledgeville. I'll give you a quick look at Milledgeville. Again, I'm trying to keep the focus down here on this warning since there is considerable hail associated with it. There is no hail associated with anything else up here in central Georgia. This is the current radar. Milledgeville is looking relatively clear right now. Might have some showers roll in a little later. It's starting to look like it's picking up in right along the I-75 line in, what is it, Crawford, Peach, moving into Houston, southern Bibb County. There's a lot of, the radar's picking up some pretty heavy rain down there. Not quite as heavy as this cell right here, but we're going to keep looking at this. So once again, this is very far south in our coverage area. So I'll give you an overview of our counties. As you can see, some of our cities right here. There is some rain moving into our western counties in Upson and Taylor counties over there around Thomaston, Butler, Roberta, and then areas of Fort Valley, Warner Robins, Perry, just south of Macon are seeing some rain as well, even over into Twiggs County, over near Jeffersonville, Irwinton. But none of these have warranted a warning yet. So these are simply just some thunderstorms moving through the area with some lightning. Still not a good idea to be outside during any of this. When thunder roars, go indoors. But this guy right down here in our southern counties, so down I-75 into Crisp County, right along the southern edge of our viewing area. So Karen said, getting dark in Kathleen. Yes, it looked like there was some thunderstorms rolling through the middle part of our area. East Dublin is what Kelly Pryor wants to know about. Right now, Lawrence County is looking clear, but some of these storms will be coming in the coming hours to Lawrence County over there. But as mentioned, let's see, Eastman and Dodge County. Right now, it's looking like this warning is going just south of Eastman, but areas of Dodge County could see some of the rain and light, probably hear some of the lightning, or not hear lightning, hear the thunder associated with this lightning in this cell right here. So I'm going to zoom back in, look at the hail signatures again. It kind of looks like it's splitting off. Okay. The heaviest part of this hail is this dark green right here that you see. That's about 1.5 inches in diameter, but then there's another center just to the east approaching Araby over the I-75 interstate line at about 1 inch. So anywhere from Pateville over to Araby, it's moving out of Acorn Pond, it looks like right now, maybe Sibley down here. Some of these towns are going to see the hail effects of this severe thunderstorm. So on the west south, just looking at some of your comments here. Dark and thundering in Bon Air. It looks clear right now in Rochelle. Yes, currently it is fairly clear in Rochelle, but I know you guys had some warnings yesterday. It looks like it might go just south, the heaviest part of this, but make no mistake, this still will be bringing pretty widespread rain and pretty widespread hail is associated with this as well. So, no severe thunderstorm warning anywhere in central Georgia except for down here in Crisp County. So, south of Cordele, very, very southern tip of Crisp County, moving into southern Wilcox as well, right around just the county line border, going into Ben Hill County over here as well. So I'll try to get a track here for you. The heaviest part of this is looking to be moving maybe. All right, so in the coming, probably in about 10-ish minutes, it should be crossing the county line just out of our viewing area, but with the widespread hail that I am seeing associated with this, if you are in the general vicinity of any of these towns that I'm naming, it is a good idea to stay inside and try to just be under some sort of covering even if you are outside associated with the storm, because it is bringing some fairly considerable hail associated with it, about 1.5 inches in diameter. So 1.6 is what the hail signature is reading currently. Let's see. Rain starting now in Kathleen. Let's see, getting dark in Twiggs County. Yes, I believe some of these storms up to the north are moving over into Twiggs County as well. Let's see. Kind of light, dark in Macon. So I'm going to move up north again because these storms do still have some lightning, and I know a lot of Warner Robins, Macon, these are some highly populated areas up here. So hail in Macon, Georgia. You could possibly, there's no hail currently. I'm not picking up a hail signature on the radar in Macon, but for the next 3 days, we do have a risk for some fairly large hail, even up to about 2, maybe 2.5 inches in some areas for the next 3 days. But no, not right now in Macon. Simply seeing some pretty strong showers, some lightning and thunder associated with stuff all over the middle part of our viewing area. So just to name off a couple towns and counties, Thomaston, Butler, and Taylor and Upson counties, Roberta over in Crawford County, Fort Valley seeing some over in Peach County, crossing I-75 into Warner Robins, up to Macon and Bibb County, Perry down in kind of central Houston County, North Twiggs County over to the east and around Dry Branch, just north of Jeffersonville, moving over into Irwinton and Nicholsville. So there's pretty widespread rain across central Georgia right now, but once again, we're taking our focus down here to southern Crisp County, around Araby. 3:45 is when the warning is going to, so for another about 23 minutes, looks like the center of this is moving over I-75 just about now. Okay, as you see, pretty widespread hail over here around Araby. So if you do live in Araby, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. There's pretty large size hail associated with this, 1.9 in diameter. So about egg-sized hail. So an egg that you get from the grocery store. Think about that like an ice ball, the size of that falling out of the sky. That is where the largest hail associated with this is, and is pretty widespread around the area as well. Some areas of hail stretching over I-75 currently. Get more of a localized view as well where this heavy hail is. So State Route 41, just to the west of 75. Let's see. All right. Again, if you have any questions about your local area, shoot them in the comments. I'll give you a quick idea, but really trying to nail down the focus right here for this severe thunderstorm warning we have, even seeing some spots of hail outside of the actual storm as well. Let's see, State Route 33, Highway 41, just to the west of I-75 in southern Chris County currently. Getting ready to cross the county line, I believe, as well. I'm going to pull up the radar once again. Yes, so very southern southeast tip of Chris County is where we're seeing this severe thunderstorm warning right now. Lots of lightning is associated with this currently, as you see the bright white light or lightning flashes on my screen right here. Getting ready to cross I-75, but a bulk of this hail at its strongest point, the largest hail that we are seeing is close to about 2 inches in diameter. Like I said, about egg-sized hail. Let's see, Gordon and Ivy, Georgia. Hold on. What about? I keep seeing a lot of comments about Rochelle, and since that's the closest to where this warning is right now, as you see, Rochelle's right here, and our storm is just to the southwest. It has a general east-west, almost completely straight flow from west to east is what we're seeing currently, maybe a little bit northwest down to southeast, maybe a little diagonally, but it looks like the bulk of this, where the strongest hail, or not the strongest, excuse me, the largest hail and the strongest rainfalls is associated with it, will go south of Rochelle in Wilcox County. But if you are in the near vicinity of any of these towns, it is better safe than sorry. So Rebecca, Georgia as well looks to be one of the closest towns associated with this. Armboy, they're just out of the polygon we have for the severe thunderstorm warning, but make no mistake, it is still going very strong. I don't see any weakening in the hail signatures or lightning flashes or rain intensity. So I'm seeing a little more northwest to southeast flow now. We're going to wait for the next polygon to pop up to see what towns are in those, but this warning currently right now is going for another about 19 minutes until 3:45 Eastern time. Let's see. Sandersville currently, I believe, is really okay. I think you saw a shower or two earlier, but not seeing too much rain right there right now. But if you aren't seeing rain right now, there's a strong possibility that you will see it over the coming days. We are going to be in a severe weather level 2 risk for a majority of the next 2 days, and then down to a level 1 risk, I believe, on day 3. But severe thunderstorms will be moving through the area quite frequently over the next 3 days. So let's take a look at this right here as well. Hail. Okay, so we're still picking up a good amount of hail associated with this, kind of splitting off into almost 3 separate cells of hail, if you will. This largest hail that we're seeing, about 1.3, 1.4 in diameter, and it's pretty widespread as well. Crossing I-75 right now in southeast Chris County. Let's see. So yeah, the hail is stretching from even about a ½ inch all the way up to almost 1.5 inches in diameter. So we're seeing from marble-sized hail to quarter-sized hail to maybe even about hail. the size of a golf ball. So it's pretty widespread for the amount of hail that we are seeing. 1.3 is what it's got right there. Yes, once again, I keep seeing some comments about what kind of threat we're in. We are in, I'll go ahead and pull that graphic up real quick for today, our severe level or severe weather risk. We are in mostly a level 2 out of 5 risk, so that's a slight risk. And then some of our northern counties, a line kind of from Thomaston over to just south of Sandersville, cutting off our northern counties are in a level 1. But make no mistake, all of central Georgia will have these potential threats of damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain, lots of lightning. There are going to be plenty of storms popping up over the next couple of days with these potential threats like we are seeing currently. So load up the radar once again. You can see this stuff up to our north once again. No warnings are associated with this. The National Weather Service has not issued one, but some pretty heavy downpours indicated by the red and the yellow in these western counties. Lots of lightning, or a few strikes of lightning as well, moving into what looks to be around the Warner Robins, Bon Air area. Again, no severe thunderstorm warning officially up here, but you are seeing some pretty heavy rain and some probably relatively strong wind gusts as well. This is what we have most of our focus on right here, just east of Lake Blackshear, south of Cordele, crossing I-75, just to the east of Araby now. All right, it looks like the hail signatures have gone down just a slight bit. 1.1 is what we're seeing the bulk of it now. Again, this is still significantly sized hail, about a quarter sized hail. Think about a quarter and then just an ice ball falling from the sky about that size. So that wouldn't feel too good if you got hit on the head with something like that. So if you are in these areas around the east of Araby, just over I-75 right here and moving into the southeast tip of Crisp County, it will be wise to be indoors or under some form of shelter as a severe thunderstorm rolls through. Again, it is until 3:45, so about 15 minutes left on this warning, and we're going to keep an eye out on the National Weather Service for them issuing something else. So let's level it up to level 3. All right, pull the radar back up. As you can see, lots of lightning associated with this. So when thunder roars, go indoors. When lightning strikes, get your tail inside. So it looks like it is moving just south of Rochelle in Wilcox County. Areas like Double Run, Rebecca, Armboy, these are the areas that we are looking at to see the hail effects of this. But the rain is pretty widespread with this cell. It is very localized, but make no mistake, the effects of this, I mean, look at all the lightning you can see right here. So you can see a lot of these lightning strikes aren't even within the areas where it is raining. So if you are anywhere in the vicinity of this, it is safe to stay inside and avoid this lightning and the damaging effects of these wind, or the storm rather. Let's see. So areas like Rochelle, Abbeville, it should pass just to the south of you, but still take caution as this does roll through. Like I mentioned about the lightning, it doesn't have to be raining where you are for lightning to strike. So let's see. Okay. Take one more look at the hail. Yeah, so you can see kind of like 2 to 3 couplets of this where the hail signatures are. The yellow is where the hail is about 1 inch in diameter. So once again, about quarter-sized hail associated in different areas throughout the storm with this. moving into the southeast of Crisp County right here into Ben Hill County, or not Ben Hill County, excuse me. Southern Wilcox into maybe the west edge of Ben Hill County and just a little, and as well as Turner County, yeah. Yeah. So this is not the warning that I have highlighted with the counties in it. This is just the fairly large box that I'm in. If I go a little more local down to here, this is the severe thunderstorm warning in the box I have right here. So for Crisp County until 3:45, about 12 more minutes on this. If you are in this area, we are seeing hail, probably some damaging winds, lots of lightning, and heavy downpours. So a severe thunderstorm warning this is not a tornado warning by any means, but it does have very severe effects for life and property as well. And one last look up here in the middle of central Georgia, areas of Upson, Taylor, Crawford, Peach, northern Houston County, Twiggs County, southern Bibb County. All of you are seeing a good bit of rain, some storms associated with some of these lightning strikes that you can see, but nothing like the intensity of this cell we had down here. So did Justin say I was going off, or?
No, whenever you're done.
Okay.
Just text done.
Okay.
Let him say okay.
Okay.
But you guys clear?
Not yet.
Plus we're underneath Wilcox.
All right. So the storm looks to be moving out of our coverage area. I'll take a look at some more comments right now. Let's see. Asking about Baxley. Baxley currently is clear on our radar, but some of these storms look to be moving into the area of Baxley down there in the coming hours. Let's see. Perry, Georgia. Perry, it looked like y'all had some showers going on right there. Yes, Perry's got some rain right now. Nothing severe like this down here in Crisp County. It looks to be moving out of our coverage area fairly soon in the coming minutes. This severe thunderstorm warning is for another 10 minutes, so we will keep an eye on what the National Weather Service does with that. All right, so another look at all of this up here in the middle of central Georgia. Like I said, pretty widespread from west to east as far as the rain goes. Some lightning strikes, no severe thunderstorm warnings for this swath up here, but down in our very southern tip of Crisp County, we do have this warning still. I'll take a look at the hail once again. Moving in out of our coverage area, so out of Crisp County currently, just north of Armboy on State Route 159, moving in a relatively east, maybe a little bit of a southeast direction between, Armboy, possibly Rebecca, in the coming minutes as well. So areas of Crisp County is looking like the hail is fairly clear now. There's still some in the southeast tip down here, but it has crossed I-75 and is moving out of our area. Rochelle, I know that I was getting a lot of comments about that. It looks like it's going to miss you just to the south, but if you missed it today, there's still the potential for it the next 2 days. So this will be something that we will be covering fairly frequently around here. So As it moves out of our area, we'll keep an eye on things as we go through the afternoon and evening and through the coming days ahead, but we'll let you go for now. Thank you for joining me, and I will be back up if anything else pops up.